We saw in the last video that the image on the photograph is related as a whole to the frequency domain. This wholeness is the key to how a hologram works. Now let's take a leap into unexplored territory. Let's create a hologram of something that is moving. To get into the frequency domain, we performed a Fourier transform over space. Let's do this same thing over time instead. By adjusting your perspective in space on a hologram, you change your view on it. In a time hologram, adjusting your viewing angle would be like moving from past to future. Just as the hologram of the city contains all possible views within it, a time hologram would contain entire histories. Before, the frequency domain contained a spectrum, or pattern, describing the shape of the city in physical space. Now, the horizontal part of the diagram is the pattern for the hologram's behavior in time. This pattern in the frequency domain would tell us how the city changes in time, as a whole. The result is a single hologram, which describes the entire past and future of an object. Let's say we shine light across the city. We send light from one satellite dish to another. Here is a picture of what this could look like in the frequency domain. But what if we suddenly remove the satellite dish so the light travels off into the distance? If we decide to remove the satellite dish, the light keeps traveling to some further destination, and this corresponds to a new pattern in the frequency domain. Maybe something like this. Now, the choice about whether to catch the light is made after the light is already on its way. This is called Wheeler's delayed choice experiment. When we decide to remove the satellite dish and allow the light to keep going, do we switch from one pattern to another in the frequency domain? No, because each pattern describes the path of the light as a whole. In some sense, the whole path must have been known all along. Think of each of these patterns as film strips. The frequency domain contains two different film strips for how the light could travel. In fact, imagine your travel through the city as a film strip in the frequency domain. Let's say you pass a turnoff and you want to take it. Can you? In the frequency domain, these are two different film strips. Here we see how the universe may be like a hologram in space and time. There is a film strip in the frequency domain for each possible choice you could make. Our passage through time may be written as a whole in the frequency domain. The world may be a hologram of all possible film strips. So, are your experiences real? Your experience today may be part of your journey along a film strip laid out from beginning to end in the frequency domain. You pluck each film strip out of a whole collection of them. Is your life predetermined like the plot of a movie? Or is it more like a choose-your-own-adventure novel? It's real, but it's up to you to choose the direction. If history is a hologram, then our role as choosers is paramount. We are not choosing just for today. We are choosing between film strips that stretch out into the future. Which future will be ours?